Good evening, Calvert Football. How you doing? It's Coach Snead here, and I'll tell you what, I'm excited. We're 1 week away from the start of the season when we get to have our first practice, and we've worked really hard in the off season, as you guys know, and I know right now we should all have worked hard to get ourselves squared away so we're ready for this start point right there on Wednesday, August 14th. But to make sure that we're there, I want to go through certain things that should be done to guarantee that we have a great start to the beginning of the season. I'm extremely excited. I'm so pumped because what I've seen over the last few months is nothing but a lot of great attitudes, high level of energy, and a lot of effort going towards a really positive direction. You guys have got us invigorated and excited about the upcoming season. So to continue that trend going, we want to make sure that everybody wants to be a part of what we're going to do this fall and beyond is ready to go on the 14th with no hiccups. More importantly, on the 13th, so we can get your equipment, and we're not worried about giving out equipment after the 13th. So we can focus on practicing, focus on getting better, focus on getting a good start to the school year, focus on staying on top of our school grades, focus on service our community, and representing our school well. So without further ado, let's jump into the things that you know that you need to do and we should have already done. But if you haven't, this is a last chance effort to make sure that we get it taken care of. So just a small reminder, make sure you go through this thoroughly. So let's shoot to the video. The setup for a successful preseason. Your physicals need to be current and your R school registration needs to be complete. We set August 5th as kind of a soft deadline to have that done. So that way parents and players would aim to have their physicals done before that point. So many times we wait to the last minute or something happens and we can't get it done or something we forget about and we try to get that physical done this week or last, and it's hard to get in there because everybody's fighting for an opportunity to get a physical spot. So let's just hope that everybody's registered and they've uploaded their physicals. I will say this, that if you have a physical from last year that was done in August, it is good for 14 months. So it may be good till October. You can re-upload an image of that physical and use that for this year at the start of the year. But you need to stay focused and remember that you need to get a new updated physical and replace the old one with that one, because we'd hate for you to be pulled off the field during the middle of the year because your physical is lapsed and you can't play until an updated physical is loaded onto the R School account. Coach Cranford RED is going to be very strong and faithful to the process of ensuring that everybody is properly enrolled in our school account. Everybody. So when we go and give equipment out on Thursday, if you're not properly registered in our school, you will not get equipment. And that sets us all up for a frustrating situation because that means we have to roll over and give equipment out on a different day. And you're chasing days now because the first 5 days of practice are acclimatization days. And everybody has to go through those acclimatization practices no matter what. And so if you start late because you don't have your physical in or you don't have equipment, guess what? That pushes you back a day of acclimatization to the point that you miss out on physical contact, which could mean you miss out on the first scrimmage yourself. All because you couldn't participate in physical practice because you didn't have your full gear on when everybody else did. So let's make sure this stuff is taken care of. Again, I haven't looked at this data yet to see who's actually enrolled and who hasn't. We have an idea of who should be trying out this year. And based upon that, I'll be able to go through tomorrow and figure out exactly who has done their R School account registration and who hasn't. Now, if you're a returning player, you already have an R School registration. You did that last year or year before. You just need to find that same registration using the same ID, the same email. Go in there, verify all your information is correct, meaning your insurance hasn't changed, your parent contact information hasn't changed, all that stuff hasn't changed, and re-upload a new physical or the physical from last year. That's what you need to do. You also can click off all the things that you might want to try out for. I would encourage you, if you were a basketball player, click basketball, baseball, whatever it is. Even if you don't know if you want to try out, just for the sake of doing that, because those coaches get updated on information on people who might be potential, players in their program. So get that done. Again, this is your R School preseason paperwork, all done online. We don't need to worry about any paperwork when you come in. This has to be done before we give you equipment. Next, we should have all of our personal equipment accounted for. And I say personal equipment, we're going to have all of our equipment helmets in, all of our shoulder pads in, our practice gear, game cloth, all that stuff's in, been taken care of, reconditioned, and in good standing form. And we've got some great stuff, all right? High level stuff. Our least expensive equipment helmet is $300. I mean, we have nothing but the best for our guys, and it's all been sent out, reconditioned, in top shape, repainted, ready to rock and roll. Same thing with our shoulder pads, and the same thing with our practice pants and our game cloth and everything else. We take care of our stuff to ensure that you guys look right and are safely equipped when it goes out to practice. To maintain a uniform look, to maintain the idea that we are all one, we request that you guys have black cleats. All right, that keeps us uniform. If you get black cleats with a little bit of white on it, that's okay. Black's got to be the predominant color, nothing flashy. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves. We are a team. All right, mouthpiece. You need to buy a mouthpiece. Gold jersey. Many of you guys ordered the gold jersey back during the 4-week period that we had a store open that allowed you to order girdles, allowed you to order cleats, allowed you to do all those things back in June. And we did that early enough so that way you guys can have all your stuff ready to go at this point. Gold jerseys were also sold in that. We know not everybody was able to take advantage of that. We will have some gold jerseys on sale during equipment handout. I think they're going to be about $26, $27. Could be wrong on that, but I'll let you know. All right, but we will not have black cleats. We will not have mouthpieces. We will not have small knee pads. We will not have a 5-pad girdle. Those things are things that we have been telling you guys and have been on the band app since last April that you guys need to provide yourselves with. You can go to Dick's online, Amazon, whatever, and you can find these things online if you don't have time to get to the store. But we need to have those things. You got some time on the girdle and the knee pads because we actually won't be in full equipment until the second week of practice. The first 5 days are acclimatization, which will mean that we will only get up to shoulder pads and helmets. Anything extra, you want gloves, compression gear, which is the long sleeves, the pants you want to wear with your stuff, all that should be school color appropriate, okay? Nothing with patterns on it. So we shouldn't have a big Nike swoosh on the side of our compressions. We shouldn't have big Under Armour symbol on the side of compressions. They're just black or blue or white or yellow gold. That's it. Again, nothing to make ourselves stick out in front of others. We are going to be a team. We're going to be a uniform team, uniform program, all right? And again, same thing with gloves. All those things should be coded to the color of our uniforms, all right? They should be color coded to our uniforms. I can't say that enough, all right? So that is the next thing that you guys should have already done and set up for a successful preseason. Know your equipment issue times, okay? So on Tuesday, next week, August 13th, the seniors will go first, 5:30 to 5:50. With those seniors, we'll include the times in which they should come in, and we'll list those seniors based upon the number of workouts they've had. Juniors, 6 to 6:20. All right. Again, we'll do that based upon juniors that are coming back that were on the varsity last year. All right. And then we'll again organize them based upon their attendance throughout the summer. Sophomores, 6:30 to 7. Same thing. They were on the varsity last year. We're going to get in there first, okay? And then we'll organize them based upon frequency of training during the summer. Freshmen will go 7:10 to 7:40. 7:45 to 8 will be an assigned group of people that I have pulled out that I'll make sure that they understand and know when they should be there. And through that time, we'll have no problem outfitting everybody in our program. We have over 102 helmets. I don't project us having more than 80-some guys. Plenty of shoulder pads, plenty of practice pants. Like I said, we got all those things in order, ready to go, but these are the times you guys need to show up. Look forward to seeing a detailed message through the band app coming directly to each class, letting you know when you fall in, what order and what time, so that way you're ready to rock and roll when you come into that building and get your gear. Since the band app is our centralized means of communication with you guys, we want it to be the centralized means of communication for our parents. We want you to invite your parents, and they have to get this app through downloading this QR code over here. We've got drawn up here. Okay, you can also go to the band app yourself, go to the link that says invite, pull up the QR code or the link and send it to your parents through a text as well. But this is how we want to communicate. We want to set the notifications on so you're regularly getting updated. We will be sure to only communicate the things that the parents need to hear or know through the general Cowboy Football Band account. We have other band accounts that you guys will be joining, which will be breaking down by the positions you play. So you'll have an exclusive group for the linemen, you'll have an exclusive group for the defensive linemen, the linebackers, all those things, and you'll be in both those groups so those coaches communicate through there, and we can give you some nuances to timing and things, how things will look during practice. The overall schedule and calendar of events you'll find in the general Cowboy Football Band app. So get your parents on this ASAP. I expect a very quick and large group of people signing in tonight after this video. All right, so the dates And times for the practices through the preseason into the beginning part of the school year, which the first day of school is August 27th, is listed here. It will be in the Band app as well in the calendar. So you have at the bottom of the Band app several different little tabs. One is a chat tab, the other is a calendar tab. You click on the calendar and it brings up the calendar. It's really nice, and you can see all the times we have there. These things here are the times. You can take a screenshot if you want right now. This is stuff that's really important. I'm going to tell you a little bit later about what's most important about being timely in these times. All right, because nothing's more frustrating for us as coaches, and I'm sure for your parents, than for us not to work in the times that we give you. So for example, I'm committed to do our best to get you done practice at 8:30, at 1, at 9. I apologize if I ever go over it all. But if those kids are getting off the field at 9, it's up to them to get to the cars and get to the locker rooms as quickly as possible. But on the flip side, we want to start at these times at 4:30, 3 o'clock. And it is what it is during the preseason. There are other schools that do things throughout the day, in the mornings. We try to work as well as we can with our parents and our coaches who have jobs. Our coaches are coming from businesses, coming from other places, so we only got 1 or 2 coaches in the building, and so we can't expect them to miss a full day of work regularly to be at practice, nor can we expect them to come in the morning to have a practice. So this time allows us to benefit of not only getting into practice during the cooler parts of the day, but also getting us classroom time and workout time. So please follow this. Remember, a team requires equal effort and commitment from everyone who is in their ranks, all participants. That standard is established by what's best for the team, not the individuals. All right, so it's pretty hard for us to complete our mission, our task, when we're missing somebody. So this is a schedule. It's been out there for a while that we're going to start on the 14th. We're going to go every day during the week, except for Sundays, until the season starts. The schedule starts to regulate a little bit more based upon the game schedule. So please take note of that and make sure we properly plan that we're there each practice. What to bring in each practice? Know this, every practice we could go inside because of rain. We will plan to work out. We will work out several times during the preseason and at least twice during the season. Always have proper workout attire, which includes some shorts, t-shirt, and proper workout shoes for inside. No Crocs, no slippers, no Hey Dudes, etc. Have a labeled water jug every day. On long days that we might go 3 to 9, where we're going to be in the gym, in the weight room, going through meetings, having some cavalier time, we want to have something to eat while we're going through those meetings. Bring a notebook and a writing utensil. Always write things down. Shows that it's important. Our acclimatization period, which is the first 5 practices, will be just in helmets, practice jersey, shorts, and cleats on practice 1 and 2. We'll also need our regular workout gear as we would any other day because we'll be in the gym. Helmet, shoulder pads, shorts, and cleats on practice 3, 4, and 5. And then practice 6, our first official long day, will be full practice gear. I am not going to dig too deep in this because we will start covering this in the preseason, but you should screenshot this and start to learn this because this is our 6 core values of being an Uncommon Cavalier. Consist of commitment, competence, consistency, courage, community, and character. Learn them, know them, understand what they mean, and make sure that you're trying to be your best version of you for each one of these core values. Study them so you understand them when we come in. I look forward to working with you guys on these because these are the nooks and crannies that will continue to sustain you in being great young men beyond the field. And lastly, I can't emphasize this enough. Be early for everything. Always aim to be no less than 15 minutes early for everything. So with that, it's not just something that we want you for football, but you want to do this in everything. Comes to football practice, if you're there 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're there 10 minutes early, look at yourself being late. It allows for flexibility and some things coming up. It allows you the ability to come in without any anxiety, knowing where you're going to go. Try to be 15 minutes early to everything. I'd also make a mark to try to stay 15 minutes after to make sure everything's secured. But that's my last bit of advice. I look forward to seeing you guys. Get things locked in. We're ready to roll. I'm out. Boom.